Welcome back. We are back in the garage, back working on the wood hauling cart solution for the homestead. Let me catch you up on where we have come in the last few videos, some potential problems, in fact I think some real problems, and how we're going to work on solving some or maybe most of those today. This is what we have built. It is a basic four-wheeled cart built from a bunch of scrap that was found at the scrapyard, hauled here, cut up, put together into something that would haul some wood around behind my tractor and possibly the golf cart. We've got a removable front on it. This is potentially the front here, and then the tailgate on the back actually has some pins in it that flips down, and so we can load this with logs, roll them off the back, move things around, use it as a multi-purpose cart. The thing that I have left to do is to make the tongue or the hitch portion of this that will hook up to the tractor. I'm just going to use a Clevis style hitch to put that on there for right now. And I have this piece of tube steel here that I'm going to attach. Now I need to drill some holes. One of the things I had the hard time with. I started to drill with my hand drill, and it was hard. It took me a really long time just to get to that point, and this steel is really thick. And so I just don't have good drill bits, and I don't have a good way to drill through steel like this until now. So what's going to make this easier for us today is this little magnetic drill press. This is a Vevor product, and I have done tons of stuff with this company before. I have a bunch of Vevor things all around my shop, and they have been very good tools. This is one thing I don't have a good way to do in my shop is drill. I have a drill press, but I don't have a lot of good metal drill bits. And also, if I want to drill something on metal that is like, let's say out around the homestead somewhere, the wood splitter out by the wood stack, or on this cart here, something I can't get to the drill press, this is a portable drill press essentially. So how this works is it has a super powerful electromagnet on the bottom of it. So any ferrous metal this will stick to, and so you can drill upside down, you can drill a hole in a metal ceiling if you had something like that underneath a trailer. You can drill horizontally, it'll stick to the side of something, and you can drill that way, or of course you can just drill straight down vertically, which is what we use today to drill through this. Even if you wanted to make a repair and you didn't have a welder, you could use this to drill holes through something that you needed to attach. Even if it was on the side of a trailer, you can attach this to it, drill the holes in there, and then you can bolt something together using hardware, which is super useful. This is adjustable. You can move the whole unit here up higher on the slides in case you need more room between the bottom, the surface that you're drilling into, or you have longer drill bits or whatever. Comes with a bunch of hollow core drill bit, 5 different sizes. I think it's up to 27 millimeters. This is 27, 26, and 18, which is what I'm using today. So this is going to work perfect to punch the hole that I need through here to fit our hitch pins. So it does have a cutting oil delivery system that it comes with, and it just comes with some tubing that plugs right in, so that'll deliver oil right to the center of the bit. So it comes with 2 different options for the drill bits. The chuck that is built onto the actual unit, these have several faces on them, 2 faces on each of the bits here. So these Allen screws just set that in there. And it also has a center pin. So this is like a punch pin. Basically what this does is when it's in there, it has a spring on the inside of the unit. This actually pushes the center plug out of the bit. So as you're drilling through here, you're gonna end up with a metal core inside that bit. And so this pin is spring pressured, and it'll push that out. So you can actually just put the bits right in here, the bits that come with it. You can also, this has a tapered shaft chuck here that you can put in for using other bits. This has just a normal, I think it's a 1/2 inch chuck, and this is just a tapered shaft, so it's just pressure fit in there. So at the first time you push this down in there, it's gonna friction fit. So we'll put our 18 millimeter bit back in here, and we'll get this lined up on our piece of metal here. And so there's a couple different switches and options on here. There's a reverse and forward position. So to turn on the electromagnet, you can hear it humming. So now let's see Now it's attached. It's crazy how strong that magnet is. I can hear it. Just sucks that thing right down to the metal. And so now this thing cannot move. We have a variable speed knob on here as well. That's so cool. Well, that might have been one of the most satisfying tools I've ever used. The amount of pressure I put on that was like with one finger. I mean, it just ate right through that steel. Wow, that's a lot more fun than standing on my hand drill trying to go through 3 batteries to get through this. So now I just have to measure to make sure it gets straight through there. I will measure all of this out and make a mark on the other side. We'll drill the other side through. So this is the plug that pops out of the center of the drill bit. That little pin pushes this out. It's definitely lubricating as it drills through. So we have a nice, perfect hole there. I've got this bent rim on the back, and so what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scrap the 4-wheel idea and go to a 2-wheel trailer. So I'm actually going to get rid of the bad wheel. I'm going to move a good wheel back onto that axle. So this will end up just being the wheels at the back, and then I'll have a tongue here, and so a lot more weight is going to rest on the tractor that way. But I think that it'll allow me to turn the cart, obviously, which in this configuration it's not going to work. That is going to put a lot of stress on the welds that I have here, because now I'm going to have a lot of weight on this front tongue here, this piece of metal I'll put on. Without it being able to rest on the front tires, all that weight now is transferred to the tractor and this spine. So I may end up having to move the wheels forward to the middle. So it's kind of it pivots right in the middle. So let's put this together with just the back wheels on it, take the front off and put this all together, hook it up to the tractor, let's load it up, let's see what breaks. Test it out, we'll weigh it down, and we'll see how it works, and then we'll make adjustments as needed. Well, it definitely works. It actually worked a lot better than I thought it would, even with this configuration with the wheels this far back. I mean, I stacked it pretty high with oak and maple, and it obviously handled the weight just fine. We are gonna make some improvements, and I'll take your suggestions on the final iteration of this. So we're almost there. We're almost ready to put this in its final configuration. My plan is gonna be to cut these front hubs off and weld them right in the middle so that the weight is distributed more evenly on the trailer between the tongue and the wheels. Right now with it in the back, pretty much all of the weight sits on the tractor. And so if this thing is full, or if you have anything in it, I mean, you can't really move it around or get it off the tractor. The other thing is with this configuration, with instead of having two wheels, with only having one, I was gonna have a pivot point here and here. So now if I'm going over a crest of a hill or a valley, this doesn't have any way to pivot this way. It only pivots side to side. And so I think what I'll do is I'm gonna buy a ball receiver and weld it on here or bolt it on here. So I may use the drill to drill some horizontal holes through this and bolt a ball receiver on here. That way if you go over a hill, it can flex this way and the ball can obviously rotate side to side. And I may actually I could get a jack for this too and bolt it to the side. And I think there's some other things I could do. Weld a chainsaw holder onto the side of this, and maybe a few other accessory tools I could put on the side of this as well. So I have everything I need to go out into the woods and take logs back and forth. I honestly could just leave it the way it is, but I have a feeling that I will overload this. I want to put bigger oak logs in here, stack this high. I want this thing to be more indestructible. And I think with some green oak logs in this stacked up high, it's going to be so much weight on that tongue with it like this that it'll break those welds. So this is going to make a lot of future projects possible because I have a good drill press finally. It also comes with a strap. You can put the strap through here if you're using it upside down or horizontally. You can strap it to whatever you have it attached, so that just in case you lose power, that electromagnet obviously would stop and then it would fall. I also think you could probably use the strap to put this on materials that's not magnetic. And so you could strap it right to something and use that to drill into other things, aluminum or other metals. Just a few tweaks to the trailer today. We'll have one final video with all of the final accessories and configurations on this thing, and we'll get it out and haul some heavier stuff out of the valley. Check out the Vevor magnetic drill press, or mag drill. This is available on their website, on Amazon. I'll put links through the YouTube shopping thing as well as the description and a comment, so you can check those things out. They do offer a discount to any of my viewers. I believe it's 5% off for anything you get on Vevor. Thanks for tagging along today for a little fun out in the garage. We'll see you next time.